Alright, I've been dying to make this my very first MCU video. That's not to say that I haven't been watching everything, because I have definitely watched everything. Make Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. canon again. Alright, as you can tell, this is a spoiler video. Let's get into it. Nick Fury and the secret and sacred invasion. He left the space station only to go back up to his space station. And in the Marvels, his space station gets destroyed, so he's back on Earth. That's crazy. I really enjoyed the Miss Marvel stuff. I ain't gonna lie to that. She killed it. Miss Marvel's supposed to be a fan of Captain Marvel that much. Yup. I like the part where she's like, "I forgot that you're only human." Like, that's how it is. Sometimes fans overreact and treat the celebrities higher than they are. That was perfect. Of course, my favorite scene of the movie. The Flarkins, the cats that have tentacles that come out of their mouth. Yeah. The Flarkins just go after everybody to help them escape the space station that's gonna blow up. They're like, let the Flarkins eat you. Let the Flarkins eat you. That scene was so freaking funny and awesome. I was dying laughing. Whoever says the MCU needs to stop being so funny, sit down. Be humble. Like, for real. There's also this one part of the movie where, see, the family dynamic is definitely in this movie still, like Ms. Marvel, um, where Miss Marvel's mom's like speaking in her language and saying, "If she hurts you, I'm going to kill her." And Captain Marvel's like, "What did she say?" And Ms. Marvel just brushes it off, doesn't really talk about it. There's this one part where Miss Marvel quotes Thor. Is like, remember, she's not just a fan of Captain Marvel; she's a fan of all the Avengers. Wasn't the biggest fan of there being a musical planet though, because I'm not a fan of musicals. But it is what it is. It was cool, like Ms. Marvel fighting the bad guys with her scarf. That was cool. And like the bad guys trying to get water for her planet, like, and trying to steal the sun. Uh, the sun, bye bye sun, for our Earth. Way of getting revenge. I'm gonna steal your sun because you destroyed my planet. It's leader that made us all slaves. Like, okay, but also on the same planet, Captain Marvel is a princess, and Captain Rambo says to Miss Marvel, "How much is this of your fan fiction?" And Miss Marvel has a big grin on her face. But at the end, Captain Marvel was able to rebuild their sun because she's a battery powered. Also, them trading spots back and forth, it wasn't too much. I mean, in the beginning, I was really worried that Miss Marvel's dad was gonna die. The way they cut that apart. Like, nope, he's fine. So Miss Marvel only had one arm bracelet until the Marvels. That's how she got the second one from the villain. Which, when the villain had them both on, she exploded. But when Miss Marvel had them both, she just said, "I was born for this," so it works. She was able to use them both. Honestly, I'm a sucker for space movies, so in that regards, that made me really enjoy the movie. Of course, they had to make the movie depressing. We had to see Captain Rambeau's mom die again, and her being blipped. Because for those who didn't watch WandaVision, you missed that. But you gotta see it in this movie. And it turns out that when Captain Rambeau was blipped out, but her mom was suffering, Captain Marvel did visit her. And that's how she got Goose, the Flarkin cat. I can't believe I almost forgot to mention that. It's so freaking funny. The other cats, how they're born. They're like eggs that look like brains, and then they just pop open like a Venus flytrap, and that's how the kids come out. Yep, that's how kittens are born in this movie. Are Flarkins, because they're aliens. They have tentacles that come out of their mouth. Like, where'd all these come from? Just all. I'm surprised they didn't promise that none of the furniture was ruined in the movie, because Goose ate a bunch of furniture. Only spit it out. Yeah, the whole reuniting of Captain Marvel and Captain Rambeau was perfect, because the whole reason why Captain Marvel didn't return to Earth sooner was because she destroyed that planet. She didn't want, but all Captain Rambeau wanted was her aunt, Captain Marvel. Beautiful. This is random nonsense. What do you know? My brain goes everywhere. The video is not in order. I'm gonna be talking more about the beginning of the movie, and then the end. Random nonsense. My thoughts go every way. Yeah, I'm having an intro near the end of the video too. Why not? Middle of the video, probably. Yeah. There's also this scene where they're like training to trade places, and they're like tossing a ball and all this stuff. It's kind of cool to see superheroes train. I wish I'd see more of that, honestly, in the MCU. More training for the powers. But yep. Speaking about training powers, can't believe I forgot to add the scene. Was gonna forget to add the scene in the beginning of the movie to this video. There's a scene where Miss Marvel switches places in the sky, and so Captain Rambeau has to learn how to fly. What do you know? She doesn't have it down, so Miss Marvel ends up saving them to the ground with her hardened light, like force field shield thing. There's also this one scene where they have to save all these scrolls, and it's like there's a building collapse. Miss Marvel saves them, and then it gets to the point where the planet's too destroyed that they can only save a certain amount. So Captain Marvel was like, "We gotta go. We got what we can, get what we can." Marvel wants to save everybody, of course, but then later they're on the water planet. They're about to get killed. And instead of saving everyone, Miss Marvel makes the tough choice that time. So she learns quick from her role model, but her role model got pissed off for doing that. But you gotta do what you can do, right? Can't always save everybody. Isn't that what Spider-Ham said in Into the Spider-Verse? Yeah, I'm connecting all the Marvel movies. Eventually those movies will connect fully, I'm sure. And what do you know? The scrolls that they do save? Oh, Valkyrie shows up. Now the scrolls are with the Asgardians. At the end, what do you know? We see another Earth. The villain broke reality, and we got to see another Earth. And what do you know? Captain Rambeau, she had to stay behind and close it from the inside. So she's stuck on another Earth. A scene before the post-credit scenes. Miss Marvel in the dark like Nick Fury when he was trying to get Spider-Man's attention. She's in the dark. Ooh, who's walking by? It's Kate Bishop! Alright. Miss Marvel and Kate Bishop. She's recruiting her. Young Avengers is definitely on the way, that's for sure. Or next Avengers. Whichever one Marvel decides to call it. But yep. And there's Pizza Dog too. Awesome. Woohoo! Mid-credit scene! Spoilers, of course. What do you know? She wakes up. She's on a planet with. That's right. X-Men. X-Men Beast. The original one returns. The original version of Beast from X-Men to X-Men Last Stand. That Beast returns. They got his hair right this time. Yep. And that's not it. She sees another version of her mom that's a superhero. How will she get back to Earth? Find out in the next MCU project whenever it comes out. Possibly Deadpool 3. That's how they gotta have Captain Marvel again, because they gotta have another reunite. Of course. Overall, it's a good movie. I enjoyed it very much. Is it my favorite MCU movie? No. Is it good? Yes. Is it okay? It's better than okay. It's a good movie. I'd give it probably an 8 out of 10, honestly. It's a B plus. Yeah. Marvel's. End credit scene. Oh, it's right there. There's no end credit scene. Just the Marvel logo shows up, and you hear a bunch of Flarkins meow. You hear a Flarkin meow, and yeah, that's the end of the movie.